Fuck, we're back? I don't know, dude. Sipping on some pre-workout. I don't really have too much structure for this video, but you know, the creative juices may not be there, but at least I feel like my want to train is back. Some more having some loose goals, but still some trajectory I'm trying to go on with my training. So figured, why not bring you guys along? Because I'm kind of getting reinvigorated with pursuing my skills with Olympic weightlifting some more. So today I'm gonna do that, some Olympic weightlifting. So gonna do some shit for the clean and jerk, some shit for the snatch. I don't really have a plan for it. It's just gonna be a bunch of barbell complexes, but I am gonna do it outside on the porch, so hopefully can have some fun footage of that. But just gonna preface this training footage with I did not go about my day the smartest way for maximizing output. I woke up at like 7:30. It's Sunday. Woke up at like 7:30, went played some basketball, did like a 3-mile walk. I had breakfast before it at least, and then when I came back, had another meal, just like turkey sandwiches. That was maybe like 45 minutes ago, and I'm gonna do this. So don't do it this way unless you have fun doing it this way. This is not optimal, but it's a good day. The weather's so beautiful, and this is how I want to enjoy it. I spent the morning outside, gonna do some lifts on my balcony, and you know, I'm just gonna fucking do, man, fuck you and your whole whatever. Is this comedy? I don't fucking know. Just trying to be entertaining because the camera's on me. Whatever. I'll show you shit. Alright, bye. We're gonna go over the footage from today's workout. I recorded everything that I could. I recorded warm-ups, working sets, in between shit. So it's a lot of footage to get through, but I really wanted to show what real training looks like for me when I'm actively trying to get better at something. And for me, it tends to be intuitive because I don't have any real specific goals with this. I just have fun with it, and to me it's more fun being intuitive with my training. But keep in mind, I've been trying to learn Olympic weightlifting for like 3 years now, 2-3 years. You know, not too hard with my training, just watching shit, trying shit, and doing stuff like this. And it's fun for me, so take that however you want. So let's get into it. Alright, so first warm up, this is a barbell complex, I guess. I didn't pre-plan what complex I was going to do beforehand. I just tend to do a lot of the same stuff. Like, this is one of my favorites to start off with. Just trying to open up my ankles, making sure that my knees and hips are open. And then especially from here, getting my traps warmed up. Trying to practice some of that movement to keep it tight to my body, the barbell. Yeah, and it doesn't feel too great at the very beginning of the workout, but this is the stuff that will help the movements feel better. And here, trying to practice holding my front rack, make sure everything's, you know, sturdy, running through a decent amount of front squats with it, making sure I keep my heels down. Notice I'm starting off with flat shoes rather than my Olympic weightlifting shoes because, again, trying to warm up the ankles, making sure that the Olympic that the lifters are just for speed, not for mobility. So I have the mobility. The heel will just make me faster to get under the bar. So I'm not dependent on that. And here we see that even more with the overhead squat with my clean grip. Rather than a snatch grip, so it's, you know, a little wider than shoulder width, overhead, banging out those squats. Cool. And then next, other basic warm-up shit. Got my resistance band, just some shoulder pass-throughs. Notice all that shoulder articulation I'm trying to do, where I'm like, rather than just doing regular shoulder rolls, I like actively try to move them as much as possible. And then some band pull-aparts again, just that shoulder blade tracking, whatever you want to call it. feels good. I don't know. Going underhand and going diagonal, both directions, just coordination, all that fun stuff. I do get a lot of movement through my shoulders, so that didn't come easy. That took a lot of time to get to. And here, Kazakh, these squats, they just help open up the groin. And my groin hasn't really seen a whole lot of activity lately, so it gets really tight. I need to do stuff like this to help open it up. Notice with the frog squat thing, is that what it's called, I think? I don't know. Hooking onto my toes, kind of pushing my arms into my knees to make sure they're going out as I'm trying to sit deeper into the squat. And it doesn't feel too great, but it feels good, if you know what I mean. Alright. First set, 25s on the bar. I only have 25s and 10s. Full clean. Push press, I guess. Front squat. And, ooh. Sots press. Sots press. Sots. I don't know. But overhead press from the bottom of the squat. Shit's tough. Held the bottom part of the movement. Actually, let me play that back. Run it back. This needs to go faster. So pausing mid-shin, just making sure I have control of the bar so I know exactly where I'm moving it and I'm moving it with intent. And then, as we run through it a bit slower, I would like my knees to be a little bit more forward, but whatever. Explode back in, pop up. Elbows should have came higher, but I like how I pulled that to where I needed to pull it. Not gonna lie to you. And push press. Alright, let's play. Ooh. Top half. Ooh. Getting comfortable with the weight already. Haven't done much to warm up. But when you practice these movements so much, you don't really need a shit ton of warming up. So when people go through like 10, 20 minutes warming up, I warmed up for 5 minutes. That's because when you move with intent, you should create some of that mobility to be a bit more permanent. You shouldn't keep on working for a temporary mobility. Once the blood's flowing, you should be good. And it shouldn't take that long to get your blood flowing. Have you ever walked up a flight of stairs? Yeah, out of breath. You don't need a whole lot to get warmed up. Alright, next set. Threw the 10s on. I forgot to mention I have the lifters on now too, so I have the elevated heel, making me a little faster. Pauses. Cool. Yikes. Let's look at what happened there. So, from the hip, just had a small dip. Grabbed it and oof. That left knee flickered in. Just lost control of it. Couldn't keep my knees out. With these first sets, I was doing them without a jump. I was just trying to keep my feet planted and land. So my mobility maybe at my hip wasn't good enough for that rep at least. But still working our way up. I mean, we don't have more weight, but whatever. I'll play some good music. Okay. There, threw in the jump. It was clean. It's a clean. I don't know how clean it was, but it was a clean. Okay. And now we're throwing in the jerk too. Eric. And again, I didn't go into any of these sets with a specific idea of what I wanted to do. I decided when the bar was in my hand. Actually, probably right before doing the next thing. So like with this set, it's not like I grabbed the bar and I was like, let me do a clean and jerk, then a hip clean with a jerk. No, I just grabbed it and I was like, I'm going to start off the clean and jerk. Or maybe I just said I'm going to start off with the clean. I was like, let me throw in the jerk, bang. I didn't like how the clean felt, so let me try it hip clean, bang, bang. Might as well throw in an extra jerk because I'm here already, you know. So just to let you know kind of my thought process throughout this. The bar got away from me a little too much there. And pop. Ugh. That's way in front of me. But I save it. Kind of crashes down on me, so you know. Not every rep is going to be perfect, especially when you're self-taught. But even if you're working with the trainer and all that shit, a lot of these issues will still come up. So stop judging me, please. There's not enough weight to really push the jerk part of the movement for me, so it's just whatever. Just practicing to practice. And there I threw in the pause at the bottom because I felt how off that first clean was. So you see the self-correcting here? I was like, I could feel that I knocked the bar away from me because of some issues in that first to second pull, whatever. So I was like, let me do a pause here rather than trying to do straight from the ground and see if I could keep it a little bit closer so I could control that pop off the hips a little bit better. And did I do a better job of it? Much better job. That shit's hugging me. I'm just saying a better job. It ain't perfect, but it's better. Didn't want to get too excited with the clean. Took a little break, but still kept the pause. But that pause is just so exhausting, so trying to do multiple reps of it. But I threw in that extra rep because I felt how much it corrected I felt how much the second rep corrected the first rep, so I wanted to try it again. Next set. Now it's feeling too light for me. Now that I'm getting into the groove of it, it's like it's too light that I'm popping it a little bit too hard, and it makes it a little bit harder to control. So I tried to pull back the pop on that rep, but you know, I need to invest in some 45s. Decent. Next set. I like how that clean rocked. I might be rushing it a little bit still, but let's see how this rep goes. Here I'm trying to be a little bit more upright on my pull, seeing how that feels. And it felt like I was able to keep it a little bit tighter to me, but my body wasn't moving too smoothly. So give and take, trying out different things to see what's going to be the right form for me. So now we switched over to snatches. So I took the weight off, and I'm kind of restarting a warm-up, but it's, you know, these are specific warm-ups. It's me trying to get better at the movement I'm about to do before I do it. Notice, still the bottom of the squat. Weight flew up. Well, the bar flew up for me because it's just a bar. trying to control it. Maybe hips are rising a little fast, but nice and loose already, so that snatch press was too easy. Using straps because my hook grip holds me back too much and I'm too lazy to train it. It's still working those pauses. Trying to get used to snatching again. Oof. You gotta love the slap of the hips on the bar. Went up in weight because with the 10s it was just feeling too light, too easy to make the bar fly up. Almost like I don't even need to use good form. And that could hold people back a lot of times too, where because it's so easy you can't really catch what you're doing wrong because there's not enough feedback from the weight. So this should be enough feedback for now. There's still some gut to the movement. It's not smooth from first, second, whatever pulls. That one was a little bit better because I dropped down a little bit faster, but it's still not ideal. But it felt smooth enough that I wanted to go up in weight, hoping that this will really force me to try to use as great a form as I possibly can. You see, I was afraid of the weight for that. So I turned it a little bit more into a power snatch, which sounds a little weird to do a harder version of a movement because you're afraid of the weight. But it is quite a commitment to really dive under the weight for a snatch because once you're down there, especially when you're strapped to the bar, a lot could happen. So it is somewhat dangerous, but you need to learn how to bail and all that and learn kind of where your limitations are. Because I've done it where I've kind of overreached and I just don't go for the snatch. I just kind of stop at the hip. But this felt like I could do it. So it was a little bit more shoulder, arm, upper back kind of stuff. Doing a lot of the work instead of my legs getting involved. But still got it up, and sometimes you just need that first rep to build up the confidence. So then the next rep, because I'm just doing singles here, because I could feel that the weight's a bit much for my snatch. I go in with some more confidence. And you could hear the slamming of the feet. I'm really trying to assert the movement. And it definitely came out smoother. Still not perfect, but smoother. Trying to get better. That's what I told you the goal with all this was. Just me trying to get better with it. Rocked back a little bit, trying to stand up with it, but it's whatever. It's whatever. It's good. Last rep, I think. There. I think I was a little burnt out there. A little burnt out. But if we play that back, it's the last rep of the day. Yada 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 yada. Okay. Catching my breath. Up, 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 up. Knees went out, trying to keep the bar closed. Hips might be a little bit high. But when you're afraid of the weight with Olympic lifting, at least for me, you almost try to load up the hips a little bit extra to make sure that you have space to really pop the weight off of them. So now as I'm pulling the bar towards my hips and trying to launch my hips forward, pop, 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 oh. Jump, 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 jump. Ugh, so gross. That was a bad rep as you move it slower. But still caught it. Still caught it. Reps like that make me feel like it's my mobility that saves me. And I've worked really hard to get my mobility there, so even if the form wasn't quite there for me, the mobility is helping me still train, because if the form wasn't there and the mobility wasn't there, I wouldn't get anything done. But we're still putting in that work. So how do I feel about the session as a whole? I feel like it went really well. I don't, yeah, it's just regular shit for me. But you know, maybe you don't know what it's like when you actually go into training with a goal and you're trying to do something with it, trying to do something more than just look better, feel like cool. I'm doing this, and it's ticking all the boxes. It was still a tough workout. If I wasn't used to it, I'd still get sore from it. It's good on the heart. Those are full body movements. It's pretty fucking exhausting. But also, I have these specific goals with it. Well, specific, not super specific, but trying to get better form, trying to build up strength in these specific movements. So that's where the specificity comes in to make it a little bit more interesting training. And that was it. I didn't do any accessories today because I had a really active morning, like I said. So it's just bang some shit out. And maybe if I was more well rested, maybe if it was done before cardio instead of after cardio, maybe if I had a couple more meals in me or something, maybe I would have performed even better. But for being tired, not going into it with the best regime for performance, still pretty good. So that's that. Told you I was gonna have something for you guys, and here's a whole lot of something. So if you enjoyed that, cool. If you didn't enjoy it, I get it. I get it. I'm not being super creative right now, but if you're interested in Olympic weightlifting, then maybe you liked it. So whatever. That's all I got for you. I feel like I came up with a catchphrase for this channel before, but I forgot it. So until next time, just go fuck yourself.